Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On December 5, 2022, a notice of this meeting of the Woodbridge Township Redevelopment Agency was submitted to the Woodbridge Township Municipal Clerk, posted on the Municipal Bulletin Board, and published in both the Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger. Roll call, please.
Mr. Spiller.
Here.
Mr. Pulaski.
Here.
Mr. Coughlin.
Here.
Mr. Kermit.
Here.
Mr. Heidecker.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Have a motion to approve the minutes of the prior meeting.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are passed. Motion to open the meeting to the public.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is now open to the public. Yes.
Yes, Mr. Chair, members of the agency, I'm Charlie Cradaville. I'm the Central Jersey organizer for Food and Water Watch, and as many of you know, we're very seriously concerned about one of the township's redevelopments. This would be the plan for a second gas power plant in the Caseby section. Can anybody tell me which redevelopment plan it is? I know there's like a dozen or more Caseby plans.
I'll get it to you, Mr. Cradaville. Off the top of my head, I don't have it, but I'll get it to you. There are quite a few. You understand that there's already been approved. It's not going to be before this body.
I understand there's an agreement in place, and I did call the township this morning to try to get a copy of the agenda for this board. And you
want a copy of the agreement? I'll get you a copy of the agreement as well.
I'd love the agreement, and yeah, I do try to keep an eye on things, and so I know that an agreement can always be changed, and so it's now been several.
As long as you don't mind getting sued, yeah, it can always be changed. You're right.
Well, the board could change it with the
get sued for breach of contract.
Okay, well
That's just the law, sir.
The agreement can be changed by all parties, right? If the parties agree to change an agreement, it can be changed. So I'm trying to see if you got something on your agenda related to this, maybe an amended agreement, or
as far as I know, there's nothing on the agenda
right. And so,
to it.
just if I can continue to raise my concern,
sure.
It's been several meetings now that I've called the day of to try to see. First of all, is the meeting still happening? And two, can I get a copy of the agenda? Because for whatever reason, what's that?
It was sent to you.
Today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's never finalized more than it's never finalized earlier than the day of.
We'll actually consider it in advance if we're done an hour before the meeting.
Okay. I just know that it doesn't make its way onto the website until months later sometimes, and I would appreciate if perhaps going forward you could share it with me when it is ready. I'm not sure. I didn't see it in my inbox, but I believe you that you sent it. I'm not disputing that. I just know that it's cutting it very close at the last minute. And I know there was a prior item that I dropped everything and hopped in the car and came here to make comments, and I didn't make it by 5 p.m. Having received the agenda at like 3:30 last time, and I was trying to warn you about one of the contractors you were hiring. So I just feel like the public deserves more advance notice of what the agency is hoping to do at these meetings, and I hope that you will reconsider the agreement that you've made with this company to build a power plant that will harm your residents and people like me who live in nearby towns.
Excuse me.
I'm a resident in New Brunswick, just about 5.5 miles away from where this is. This is not going to help me, this is going to hurt me. And so that's why I've been fighting it as long as I've known about it. And so I think the more people who know about it, the more people who will be against it. And I encourage all of you to look closely at what you're doing in Caseby, and specifically that redevelopment plan. I would say it's worth taking a look at whether the company has honored all of the provisions in that agreement, because I know that agreement dates back many years, and I know one of the things that was talked a lot about was cleaning up that waterfront and having a park. In fact, the Township Public Information Officer, John Hagerty, published on the front page of the Home News Tribune a press release saying that this will be completed in 2016. And obviously, that didn't come to pass. So I think the things that the community's been promised in exchange for this awful project haven't come to pass, and this agency should look seriously at finding something else to do with that site, not having another dirty gas power plant to harm us all. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Anything else from the public?
I guess I'll just echo that, I live in Rahway. My name is Pranita Bijlani, and I am very concerned about the pollutants. Pollutants know no municipal boundaries. Many of these pollutants are a very small particulate matter that can spread over hundreds of miles. So, the other plant was built just in 2016. This is just 7 years later. I'm not sure, why there's a need for another plant when the needs of the energy needs of Middlesex County are, more than adequately achieved by the 2 current plants in Woodbridge, as well as the 4 plants that are in Sayreville, and I know there are 2 in Linden. So we're just, an environmental justice community. Woodbridge, Rahway, Linden, this whole corridor, there's just so much industry. So I would urge you to reconsider for the benefit, not just of, the residents here, but even the larger community, as well as the planet, because this is also going to become one of the largest greenhouse gas emitters in the state. And we're talking about mild weather, but, the future of that is devastating storms. We've suffered so much already with Ida and Superstorm Sandy. Putting another plant like this, at a critical moment in human history, this is a legacy that we're leaving for future generations. I'm a school teacher, and my students know, the devastation that's caused by climate change. And at this late stage in the game, to put another fossil fuel burning plant just seems, like really backwards thinking. So I urge you to reconsider this agreement.
Okay. You, sir?
Yeah, I would just like to say that, especially considering the environmental disasters that have happened the past couple of weeks, I don't know, some people may have not have heard about East Palestine. I know some people may not have heard about Kissimmee, Florida. But there are a lot of cities in which we're seeing the effects of climate change, and we're seeing the effects of industrialization and uncontrolled industrialization. I think it's really important to keep in mind that we need to go forward, not back, in terms of switching to more renewable energy, in terms of trying to look into the longevity of the things that we're doing. And, just keeping the public's health and, our environment's maintenance in mind.
Thank you, everybody, for your comments.